Welcome everyone to Doga Yoga. My name is Melody and today we're doing a beautiful power yoga class. So yes, we will be doing some fast movements, some strengthening flows to find strength in the body. But what we're really focusing today at the core of the class is empowering ourselves, finding our inner strength and finding our inner power, and noticing and being aware that we're not powerless. We have the power to change, make decisions. We have power in our body physically, and we also have power to change our destiny, change the future ahead. I think that this is really important, especially in the world that we live in right now. There's so much change, and often we feel powerless. We feel that we can't make a difference in this world. But I want you to know that the actions that you take, the steps that you take do matter. You do have power, and I want you to tap into that, channel that, find that strength, find that inner power, and know that if you take steps towards what you want to do, you have the power to do that. So we'll come into seated. You might have one leg extended, you might be on a block, you might come into half lotus. Find what feels good for you. Find length in the spine. Send the shoulder blades down the back. Place one hand on one knee, one hand on the other. Close down the eyes and start to focus on the rise and fall of your breath. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Start to take a few cycles of breath here. Starting to root your awareness onto the mat, into the present today. Starting to notice your connection with the earth, the sensations in the body. Bringing your awareness to the rise and fall of your breath. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We'll take one big inhale through the nostrils all together. Fill up the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, side or out through the mouth. Two more like that. Inhale, fill up the belly, ribs, the collarbones. Grow tall, get big, take up space. And let it all out, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, breathe out through your nostrils. Inhale. And exhale. Back to your beautiful royal yogic breath, your Raja Pranayama. Filling up all three chambers as we inhale. And exhale, letting the air release, letting all the old energy, the feelings of powerlessness, let them go. Inhale and exhale. On our next inhale, I want us to start to count how long it takes. It can be 5 counts, 7 counts, 10 counts, it doesn't matter. And exhale, start to match it to your inhale. Inhale, count. And exhale, count. What we're starting to do here is create an even breath, bringing in just as much oxygen to the body as we're releasing. Creating a beautiful rhythm in our breath. Allowing for more energy, new energy to come in, and more old energy to let go. Inhale, fill up the body with beautiful new oxygen, filling up the belly, ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale, bringing in new energy, bringing in new power to your body. And exhale, let go of the feeling of powerlessness. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we'll take one big arm circle all together, up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, back to heart center. Inhale, big arm circle. And exhale. We're going to move here with the breath flowing in our arm circle with our inhale, rising the hands high, fingertips touch. And exhale, back to heart center. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Notice the meditative movement of connecting your body, movement and breath, flowing as one. Inhale, take one more big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. We'll take our hands wide, place them beside us. Just help us find length in the spine here. Send the shoulder blades down the back a little bit more. We're going to send our right ear to our right shoulder and gently open up the neck here. You might place that right hand on your neck or on your head to help you get a little bit more stretch if that feels good. Inhale, count your inhale. And exhale, count your release. Keep your royal yogic breath, your Raja Pranayama, flowing as we breathe here. Notice the subtle sensations on your inhale of expansion in the body. And exhale, try and soften and let go. Inhale, bring in new power, new energy, that sense that you can do things. And exhale, let the feeling of powerlessness go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Release our head with our hand. Come back to center. Find length in the spine. Send the shoulder blades down the back. Left ear to left shoulder. Gaze slightly up. We might put our hand on our head if we want that deeper stretch. And find your Raja Pranayama. Find your royal yogic breath. Counting your inhale. And exhale, releasing. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. You might be wondering why we're starting a power yoga class so gently, so softly today. And I think it's interesting to note that power doesn't always mean force. You can change the course of your life, change the direction of your body with a soft, simple movement. We don't always have to force ourselves into a shape to be powerful. So find power in your softness, power in your stillness, and power in your ease at the start of this class today. Filling up the belly and exhale, releasing. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, release our head, come on up, find length. Walk our hands forward in front of us and roll on over into our tabletop position today. So wrists and shoulders, knees and hips in alignment. Find a length in the spine. Core is on here. Shoulder blades are down the back. And come into your cat-cow. Dropping your belly, opening up your chest into cow. And exhale, pushing away, cat. Inhale, drop the belly, open up the chest and then gaze towards the sky in cow. And exhale, really round out the spine, tuck the navel towards the spine, the chin towards the chest, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Flow at your own pace. Know your body. Finding your cat and cow with the rise and fall of your breath. I am simply a guide. This is your practice. Move in the way that feels good, feels true to you. Embracing the power of your body and breath today. When we're ready, come back to stillness. Find length in the spine, lengthen the body honest to send the shoulder blades down the back. Navel towards spine, press into the tops of the feet and all 5 fingertips. Feel the whole body active here. We're not hanging out, letting the belly hang down. Nice and active. Legs, thighs, glutes, fingers, biceps are all acting as one. When we're ready, we're going to push it into the tops of the toes and the hands. Lift the knees up and hover here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower. Give yourself a little bit of a wriggle, give yourself a circle and a shake. Just getting some movement into the body as we get into the more active part of the class today. So tuck our toes, press into our hands, come up into our downward facing dog and start to walk your dog, dropping one heel and bending the opposite knee. And then the other way, bend the knee, drop the opposite heel. Waking up our calves, our hips, our hamstrings, starting to bring some awareness, some energy, some heat into the body. So flow here with the breath, keeping your awareness on your Raja Pranayama, your royal yogic breath. Make sure the inhales and exhales are even. Fill up the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. When we're ready, we're going to come back to center. We might bend the knees generously here. We might be able to straighten the legs, have the heels touch the ground. Find length, so find power in all 5 fingertips, the biceps, the shoulders, and send the chest further towards the thighs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, we're going to push into our left foot. Lift our right heel up. It might be a little bit to start with, or we might kick that heel high. And exhale, bring that knee towards nose, squeeze here. And we're going to get that foot in between our hands. Then we might lower this back knee down or keep it up, opening ourselves up into our first lunge today. Now breathe here. Inhale, find length. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, find length. And on our next exhale, step that back foot up into our forward fold. Breathing here. Inhale, finding length. And exhale, folding. So we're going to flow here. Inhale, find length. Come onto our fingertips. Lengthen the spine as much as we can. And fold. One more. Inhale. And fold forward. Really grab the backs of the shins or grab the elbows. Rock side to side. Massage out the lower back here. Just really let any tension in the neck and the shoulders go. When we're ready, we're going to power down through all 4 corners of the feet. Really activate the calves, the kneecaps. Bend the knees, roll on up vertebra by vertebra. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Place our thumbs on our sternum. Walk our feet in together so our big toes are together, our heels are apart. And find our mountain pose. Find our center, find our strength. And that doesn't have to be super strong, as I was saying, it can be softness. So find that strength in your ease today. Inhale, grow taller. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more. And exhale, release the hands beside the body. Inhale, we're going to take them up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, we're going to fold forward, hinge at the hips. Inhale, rising up to the tops of the fingers or to the tops of the knees, coming into our halfway lift here. And then exhale, fold. Bend the knees generously, plant the hand. We're going to step this right foot back into a lunge, opening ourselves up here. Now we can have this back knee down if we need, and the shoulder blades down the back. Breathe. Exhale, plant the hands, step that left foot back into our downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, we're going to roll forward into plank. So tuck our tailbone under, find activity in the body, find length in the spine, hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. So send the crown of the head a little bit further forward, lower down super gently, elbows into the side body, chest first, chaturanga. And tuck the toes for the first one. Push into the hands, the hips, the tops of the toes, come into our cobra. And exhale, lower. Tuck the toes under, press into the hands, the shoulder blades are down the back, the core is on. We're going to push ourselves back up into our plank. And then send our hips back into our downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, we're going to place weight into our right foot. Lift our left heel high. So nice. Bring that knee towards our nose. Hover here for 3, 2, 1. Get that foot in between our hands nice and lightly. Come onto the tops of the fingertips and that back heel away. Oh, so nice into our lunge. And when we're ready, we're going to step that back foot up and fold forward. Really relax and release here. Now we're going to flow once more. Inhale, straighten the spine, come onto the tops of the fingertips, or you can come up to the tops of the knees if you want. And fold. Inhale. And fold. One more, find length in the spine wherever you are and release. When we're ready, power down through all 4 corners of the feet. Activate the kneecaps, activate the calves, activate the thighs, bend the knees, roll on up. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch, and back to heart center. Place our thumb on our sternums and our shoulder blades down the back and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more. And exhale. And our next inhale. And exhale. Send our hands beside our body. Inhale, big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift, tops of the fingers or tops of the knees. Exhale, fold. Bend our knees generously, plant our hand. We're going to step our left foot back into our lunge, come up onto our fingertips. We can lower down back onto that knee if we need, breathing. Plant the hands, come back into our downward facing dog, sending that right foot back, pushing into all 5 fingers, tips, all 5 toes, and breathing here. Finding power, so squeezing the biceps in towards the ears, sending the chest towards the thighs, and finding length in the spine. See if you can send the tailbone a little bit higher towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, tuck our tailbone, roll forward like a wave into our flank. Find a length in the spine here. Set the crown of the head a little bit further forward and hold here for 5, 4, 3. Activate the glutes. 2, 1. Lower down, chest first, elbows into the side body, chaturanga. Now you can come into your cobra or upward facing dog. Wherever we are, we're going to meet back in plank. So pushing on up or coming back onto the tops of the toes and holding here for 3, 2, 1, before sending the hips up and away and back into downward facing dog. Breathing here, finding your power, grounding down and pulling energy from the earth, from the fingertips to the tailbone, finding length in the spine and softening. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're going to push into our left foot, lift our right heel up, kick it high and hold. So good. Exhale, bring our knee to nose, squeeze here, round out the spine like we would in a plank for 3, 2, 1, and then get that foot in between our hand and nice and lightly come onto the fingertips, lunge. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, push into that front big toe, step that back foot in, come into your fold forward, and we're going to flow here. Inhale, rise on up to halfway lift and fold. Inhale, straighten the spine, however feels good for you, and fold. One more, inhale. Really activate the glutes. Imagine we're turning the feet outward so you can feel the whole body active. And fold forward. You might grab the hip creases here, get your thumbs into the hip creases, pull them back a little bit more so you can fold forward more heavily, straighten the legs, you might grab the big toes. Send the elbows out and pull the body while keeping a straight spine further towards the earth. The neck is long. Find your Raja Pranayama, your royal yogic breath. Inhale, count, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, we're going to power down through all 4 corners of the feet. Activate the calves, activate the kneecaps, activate the glutes, bend the knees and roll on up. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. You might squeeze the glutes, take a little back bend here and back to heart center. Now find your power. Notice the heat that we're getting in the body. We're moving things around. Notice what's moving physically and mentally. Find that mental shift from powerlessness to being able to take control. You have the power to do whatever you want to do in this life. You have the power to make a change. So find that shift. Notice what you feel you're anxious about, what you can't control, and let's shift our energy, shift our focus on what can we change? What do we have the power to change? And focus on that. And it might be even journaling out after this class, writing down what we think we can't control and shifting that paradigm, focusing on what we can control, how we can feel powerful, empower ourselves in our lives. Inhale once more and exhale, release. Inhale, we'll take 1 big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift and fold. Bend our knees generously, plant our hand. We're going to step our right foot back into our lunge. Open up, come onto the tops of the fingers here. And exhale, plant the hand, step back into our downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, roll forward into plank. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. So send the crown of the head a little bit further forward. Bend the elbows, keep them into the side body, and then either come up onto the tops of the toes, activating the glutes, having the arms straight in your upward facing dog, or come all the way down onto the ground and come up into your cobra. Inhale and exhale. Hold here once more. Inhale and exhale. Now when we're ready, we're all going to come back into our plank. So if we're in our upward facing dog, come back onto our toes, holding plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then send our hips up and away into our downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Place weight into our left foot. And exhale. Place weight into our right foot. Lift our left heel high. Kick it high here. So nice. Bring that knee towards your nose. Round out here and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that foot very lightly in between your hands, coming into your lunge. If you've got this back knee up, push this back heel away. Activate that back kneecap. Squeeze that back glute. Send the shoulder blades down the back and breathe. When we're ready, place weight into that front foot. Push this back foot up. Step into your forward fold and flow here. Inhale, rise up and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift and exhale. One more. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades down the back. Spine is long and fold. Power down through all 4 corners of the feet. Bend the knees, roll on up. Big arm circle, up overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Place our thumb on our sternum, send our shoulder blades down the back, and find our inner strength. Find our power. Find the energy in our body and breath. When we're ready, we're going to step our big toes together. Send our hands down beside our body. Inhale, big arm circle up overhead. And exhale, we're going to send the hips back, the hands forward into chair. So inhale, find length as much as we can here. And exhale, sink. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, sink and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring our hands to heart center. Send our shoulder blades down the back. Find length on our inhale. And exhale, we're going to send our right elbow over our left knee, finding a twist here. So squeeze the knees in together and just look down. Make sure they're even so one knee isn't going in front of the other. Once we're ready, lengthen the spine and then gently revolve. Breathing here, keeping those knees, keeping those hips aligned, sending the hips as low as we can, getting a beautiful revolution in the spine here and smiling. It's not so serious, we can do this. When we're ready, inhale, come back to center, find length in the spine, thumbs into heart center, still breathing. And exhale, we're going to send this left elbow across our right knee, finding length and revolving. Finding length and revolving. Hips a little bit lower, spine a little bit longer. You can do this. Check the knees are in alignment. So good. When you're ready, come back to center. Find length in the spine and exhale. Fold forward, my friends. Inhale, rise on up to halfway lift. And exhale, fold. When we're ready, we're going to pick the right foot up, step it back into our lunge. Open up our chest, come onto the fingertips. Push that back heel away. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When we're ready, plant the hands to back into our downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Lower the heels a little bit. Lower. Inhale, find length. And exhale. Roll forward. Tuck the tailbone under. Spine is long into your plank. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then send the crown of the head a little bit further forward. Come onto the tops of the toes. Lower the chest down. You might come onto the tops of your toes, coming up into your upward facing dog. Straight arms, legs don't touch the ground. Or you might be coming into your cobra. So wherever we are, breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When we're ready, all make our way back into our plank position. Spine is long. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. And then send the hips back and away into your downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When we're ready, we're going to place into our right foot. Lift our left heel high. Kick that heel towards our buttocks. Open up our hip towards the side of the room. So nice. Breathing and releasing. breathing and releasing. Straighten that leg, square the hips off, flex the toes towards the face. Bring that knee towards our nose, hover here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get that foot in between your hands nice and gently. Now you might be on the back knee here. Find what feels good. Push into this front big toe. Activate the core. Rise on up into our crescent lunge. Push that back heel away. Inhale. Find a length. And exhale, soften. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more. Soften and hold here. Really activate the legs. Square the hips off. Pull that front hip bone back. That back hip bone forward. So the hips are parallel with the front of the mat. Shoulder blades are down the back. We're going to lengthen our right arm. Bring our right elbow towards our left knee. So cross it over here, finding length in the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really push that back heel away, push into the front big toe. You've got this. So good. And when we're ready, bring our hands gently down next to our feet, plant our hands, step back to our downward facing dog. Now you can stay here, come into child's pose, or come through your flow. Roll forward into plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down, chaturanga. And tuck the toes, press into the hands, come up into your upward dog or cobra, and exhale, lower. Everyone make their way back into their plank position and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips up and away, so good. And breathe. Inhale, find length in the spine, beautiful yogis, and soften. Inhale and exhale. One more big, beautiful breath wherever we are, and soften. Now place weight into that left foot, really activate that back kneecap, activate that thigh, and that right heel up and away, and kick it towards our left glute, really opening up the hip here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're going to straighten that leg, square the hips off. So flex the toes towards the face so the hips are parallel with the mat. Lengthen that leg once more and then exhale. Bring that knee towards our nose. Hold here and hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that foot in between your hands super lightly. Press into your front big toe. You might lower down this back knee. Activate. And rise on up into our crescent lunge. Flow here. Inhale, find length and soften. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach, grow taller. Sink and hold here and breathe. When we're ready, we're going to get our left elbow, cross it over our right knee and bring our hands into prayer position. Thumb in our sternum. Find length in the spine and revolve. Length in our spine and revolve. Really activate that back leg. Square off the hips. Draw them into the midline so we're not sticking them out to the side. You'll find better stability there. Finding length and revolving. Finding length and revolving. So good. When we're ready, place our hands next to our feet. Come back into our downward facing dog. Now come into your child's pose if you need that, if that's where you're at today, or if you want to come through a flow, please do so. Plank, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower down. Come up into your cobra or upward facing dog, holding here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Wherever we are, make ourselves back into our plank position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and make our way back into our downward facing dog. You got this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale And exhale. We'll all lower ourselves down onto the ground here. Bring our big toes together. Hips towards heel and bring our forehead to the earth, coming into our child's pose for a moment. Just finding that softness. We've worked a lot of heat into the body. We've found a lot of strength. But I want us to find the power in surrender, the power in ease, the power in stillness, as well as force and movement. Has anyone ever tried to undo a knot really vigorously, really forcefully, only for it to get tighter and tighter and tighter? It's only when we use a gentle hand, a soft movement, not putting pressure on the knot, just gently soften, gently release it, that it unfurls before us. Problems is often like that. The greatest power we often have is to stop, to observe, and to move not with great force, but with great intention. A soft movement with great intention in the right direction can set you on a whole new path. You have the power to do that. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, rise on up, tuck our toes under, push ourselves back into our downward facing dog. We're going to bend our knees, look towards our hands. Now you can either step or jump up into your forward fold. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend our knees, roll on up. Big arm circle up overhead here, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Place our thumb on our sternum, send our shoulder blades down the back, and find our inner strength. Feel the power coursing through your veins. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, we're going to place weight into our right foot. Squeeze our right glute, activate our kneecap here. So we're really finding length and strength in this right side. We're just going to pick our left knee up. So we might just be here. If you can, you might wrap your hands around the knee. Find where feels good here. Just ground down, find your center, find your strength in that right leg. You might be able to grab that big toe if you can and send that leg long. Just see how you go. Leaning back slightly as a counterbalance. And when we're ready, we're going to release that leg, place the hands on the hips and see how far you can hold it up. It might just drop completely to the earth. We might just be here, picking it up, gently activating the front thigh, activating the glute. We might be able to hold it quite a way. So find where feels good, flex the foot, squeeze the kneecaps and breathe. Find length and soften. Find length and soften. One more, inhale and release. Give yourself a little shake, a little wriggle side to side, so good. When we're ready, we're going to place weight into our left foot, activate our glute, activate our thigh, send our shoulder blade down the back. We're going to lift this right knee up. We might be able to grab this knee. We might just be able to play, might be just here, just kind of bringing it up off the ground, just playing with our balance. So wherever we are is perfect. And now if you'd like to, you can grab that big toe. See how you go. Keep the opposite hand on your hip and send your leg long. Leaning back, shoulder blades are down the back, spine is still long, we're not rounding here. And then release. See if you can hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. So good. Give yourself a little wriggle. Give yourself a little shake. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When we're ready, bend our knees, plant our hands. We're going to step our left foot back Into our lunge, open up our chest here. Really activate the legs, lengthen the spine here, so good. Plant the hands and step your way back into your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, roll forward, tuck the tailbone under into your plank and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Come into your cobra or upward facing dog, lifting the chest up, keeping the legs on the ground, or pushing into the tops of the toes, lengthening the arms fully into your upward facing dog. Wherever we are, breathe and release. Breathe and release. Wherever we are, make our way back into our plank position. Hold, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then make our way back into our downward facing dog once more. Lengthen, find power from the fingertips all the way to the tailbone, and soften. Inhale and exhale. Place weight into that left foot, lift our right heel high, flex the toes towards the face, keep the hips square against the earth, and we're going to breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen, lift that heel a little bit higher. And exhale, we're going to bring that knee towards our nose, round out the spine. Inhale, we're going to kick that heel back and away, find length. And exhale, we're going to bring that knee towards our left elbow, so crossing it over the body. Hold here. Inhale. I'm going to bring it to our right elbow, so right elbow to right knee. Hold. Inhale, rise that leg up once more. And exhale, bring it back towards our nose. Squeeze here. And get that foot in between our hand. Open up the chest into our lunge. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale once more. And exhale, step on up into our fold forward. Inhale, rise on up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift. And lower. One more, inhale. And exhale, lower and release. Bend the knees generously, power down through all 4 corners of the feet, roll on up. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Find our connection to body. Find our connection to breath. Find our inner strength, our power that courses through our veins. On our next exhale, send our hands beside our body. Inhale, we'll take 1 big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend our knees generously, plant our hands. We're going to step our left leg back into our lunge, open up onto the tops of the fingers, activate that back kneecap, so nice. Plant the hands down, step back into our downward facing dog, so hold here, or come through your flow. Plank, so hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down, chaturanga. Come onto your cobra or upward facing dog, whatever feels good for you. And then we're going to make our way back into plank, breathing for 3, 2, 1, and then coming back into our downward facing dog. So good. We're going to place weight into our right heel, right foot, lift our left heel, and breathe here. Inhale, find length, flex the toes towards the face, and soften. Inhale, find length, and soften. Inhale, we'll find length a little bit more, and exhale, we'll squeeze that knee towards our nose, really round out here. Inhale, kick that heel back towards the sky. And exhale, we're going to cross over our body, bring our left elbow towards our right knee, hold. Come on back up, reach that foot towards the sky. On our next exhale, we'll bring our left elbow towards our right knee towards our right elbow, hold. Back into the sky on our inhale. And exhale, bring our knee towards our nose and hold for 3, 2, 1. Rise up a little bit more. Then step that foot in between our hands, open up into our lunge. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Plant into our big toe, step that foot in, come into our fold forward, and just a release here, guys. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders down. Shake the hips side to side, really release. Inhale, rise on up, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise on up and fold and release. Bend our knees generously, roll on up. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch, and back to heart center. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, we're going to walk our feet a little bit wide, just as wide as our mat, a little bit wider than hip distance. Turn our toes out and sink our hips down into a squat. So we might come down a little bit way, we might just be into a goddess squat, or we might be able to come all the way down into our yogic squat. Sending our tailbones towards the ground wherever we are, sending our shoulder blades down the back, and just getting our thumb in towards our sternum here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale once more. And exhale, place our hands down, rock ourselves back and release. Walk our feet in towards one another, squeeze the ankles together, squeeze the knees together, grab the backs of the thighs, find length here. So good. And then just place our hands beside our hips, sending the shoulder blades down the back. So this is option one. We're coming into our boat pose. So you might stay here, or you might grab the backs of the thighs, lift the knees up, hold here, core is active, spine is long. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You might send the hands wide, breathing here, finding length in the spine as much as you can. And then release. We're going to roll on down onto our backs, vertebra by vertebra. So nice. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Check in with your breath. How is it showing up for you right now? How are you keeping your Raja Pranayama, your royal yogic breath? Notice, observe, and be. When we're ready, we're going to walk our heels in towards our glutes, feet hip distance apart. Find the length in the spine, shoulder blades go down the back. Fingertips reach towards the toes. You might grab the outside edges of the mat, send them a little bit further down if we need. Inhale, find the length in the spine. And exhale, we're going to push into our big toes, lift our hips up, our chin comes towards our chest, into our bridge pose. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, send the hips up further away, squeeze the knees in towards one another, and exhale, soften. Inhale and exhale, roll down vertebra by vertebra, very slowly, lower back hits the earth last, and release. And just soften, relax, and breathe here with the rise and fall of our breath. Now we're going to come into a shoulder stand now. So a couple of options here. If you feel like you've done enough activity or you're not comfortable with shoulder stands today, simply just grab a wall and we'll send our legs up the wall. So just get your buttocks as close to the wall as you can and then send the legs high, feet and heels touching the wall, and just have our arms out wide. Our spine is nice and long. Or if you'd like to come with me into a shoulder stand today, come back onto your mat, walk your feet towards your glutes as much as you can, and then just bring one knee and then the other in towards your chest. Place your hands on your lower back or your glutes to start with, and we'll rock ourselves up. So rock ourselves knees towards nose and get our hands and elbows in towards the midline. So our elbows aren't splitting out. They're getting close to the body as they can. Our hands start on our lower back And we gently start to walk them up our back as we send our legs high. So we're straightening our spine. We're not trying to create a curve in our spine. So we should be able to get to the upper back here and breathe. So we're activating our kneecaps, tucking our tailbone under, pointing the toes. Chin is towards the chest and the weight is in our shoulders, not our neck. So just be super gentle with the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just let the body let go. Let all the fluids and toxins from our legs float back through our body, through our lymphatic, through our circulatory system. Now, if you'd like to come on, we're going to come in to our plow pose. So you can bring the knees towards your nose, or you can stay in your shoulder stand if that feels good. But option 1 is to bring your knees towards your nose, and your fingertips out behind you, clasp them together, pushing into the ground, sending the shoulder blades down the back even more. And then start to straighten one leg and then the other. See if the toes can touch the ground. So what we're doing is keeping the spine nice and straight here and lengthening the legs. So if we have a big bend in the knees, that's fine as long as we're protecting the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So beautiful for getting into our shoulders, getting into our hips. This is actually a form of a forward bend. Doesn't look like a forward bend, but it is. So we'll just keep our neck nice and straight, not putting pressure on our neck, keeping weight into our shoulders as we release. We might be able to walk the feet out a bit further. Squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit more. You might be able to wriggle them under a little bit more. See how you go. And when we're ready, we'll walk our feet further in towards our head. Our hands come towards our lower back. We'll all come back into our shoulder stand. And then we'll bring our knees down towards our nose all together and walk our hands from our upper back towards our lower back, rolling down vertebra by vertebra, assisting ourselves to roll down onto the mat till the lower back hits and the feet hit the ground. Let the hands come out towards the side body and just really soften and release here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You might bring the knees together, the feet out wide, just really noticing the sensations that's coursing through the body today. When we're ready, we'll walk the feet back into hip distance. Send the left leg long, bring the right knee in towards our chest. Just give ourselves a little bit of a squeeze here, a little bit of a wriggle. Keep the left hand on the right knee, the right hand goes out wide. I'm just going to take a really gentle twist here, just sending that knee over towards the left. So go as little or as far as feels good for you today. Focusing on that rise and fall of your breath, reconnect with your Raja Pranayama. Inhale and count, and exhale and count. Inhale and count, exhale and count. Bringing the body, filling the body up with beautiful new energy, new power, and letting go of the powerlessness. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When we're ready, bring that knee back to center. Give ourselves a squeeze, nice little wriggle. We might take the knee in circles or figure eights. And when we're ready, send that leg long. I'm just going to quickly move the mic to the other side here so you can continue to hear me. Bring our left knee in towards our chest. Give ourselves a nice squeeze here, a little wriggle side to side. You might take circles. Keep the right hand on the left knee, so opposite knee to hand. Left arm goes out long. Keep this left shoulder on the ground. Keep the left fingertips on the ground. Gaze stays at the fingertips. Just take the knee in the opposite direction. So send it over towards the right. Beautiful lower back opening here. Find that breath. Find your inhale and exhale and release. ready, bring that knee back to center. Give yourself a squeeze. Bring your right knee back in as well. Just take little figure eights, little movements with the lower back, anything that feels natural to you. And when we're ready, place the soles of the feet on the ground now and take any final movements that you might want before Savasana. So you might come into Happy Baby if that feels good for your lower back. You might take a little windscreen wipe of the knees side to side. And you might want to come into Reclined Butterfly today, or you might just have the legs long, completely melting, completely relaxed into the earth below. Inhale for the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Start to soften. Find your stillness, find your ease. And find the power in that ease. Power doesn't have to be strong, physical, forceful. It can be suggestion. It can be softness. There is power in complete stillness, in complete silence. So find your silence. Find your power. Know that you have the power to achieve whatever you want to achieve as long as you have this beautiful breath inside you. This beautiful breath of life. And with it, anything is possible. Inhale, feel the belly, ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Start to feel yourself melt more deeply into the earth below. There's a rise and fall of your breath. When you're ready, send your fingertips up overhead. Reach the arms high. If you're in Reclined Butterfly, send the legs low and wriggle the fingers and toes. Roll the wrists and ankles. Take your time. And when you're ready, make your way over onto a side that suits you, using your arm as a pillow. Breathing here, gently bringing your awareness back out of yourself into the room around you. So we're coming off our mat, sending your awareness outside of our mat now. Notice the sounds around you, inside the room and out. Notice the light behind your eyelids. You might crack open the eyes and just notice what you can see. What can you observe in the present moment? The beautiful detail of now. And when we're ready, gently come on up into seated in our own time. We'll meet all together in seated, legs crossed, or you might have one extended. Find your stillness. Find your rise and fall of your breath. Inhale, take one big arm circle all together up overhead, fingertips touch to close class today. And exhale back to heart center. Sending you lots of love and gratitude, my infinitely powerful yogis. Namaste.